And the Checka Pro Radio Show starts now.
I'm taking what they're giving because I'm working for a living.
Hey, everybody. It's Checka Pro Joe. Welcome to my show. It's great to have you here. Hey, how you feeling? How's your home feeling? Feeling like it might need a little bit of help? It's been kind of cold. It's been kind of warm. I wouldn't say it's been kind of hot yet, but we've had a fluctuation in temperature here in the greater Houston area. And that means people's thermostats are going up and down. One day the heat may be on, the next day maybe the AC is on, and then maybe the next day you don't need anything at all, meaning the thermostat isn't turned on at all. I've had a few of those days. Actually kind of like that. We are about to be hit here in Houston with something you may not be aware of. In the spring and summer, the temperature goes up and the humidity goes up. We may even hit 80 degrees by August. Tom, the Attic Fanatic, is joining me. He's looking at me like, Joe, you really think we'll hit 80? I think it's going to be more like 81.
I thought you were going to say for the low.
For the low,
I
yeah.
should get some of those nights.
That's true. Some nights are only that much.
Yeah.
Now is the time to get that attic insulation topped off at a great deal price today, and Tom's going to help me out with that, as well as get Koala Insulation up on the roof to get that solar attic fan installed. While the prices are good and while it's not too busy for them because it gets crazy in the spring and summer, and they're able to spend more time in the attic and even on the roof making sure everything up there looks good. Because when they're up there putting that solar attic fan in your roof, they're taking a look at other things. You may have, an issue with one of the stacks coming out from exhaust from your water heater, for instance. And so they're more likely to spend more time on the roof when it's cooler outside. When it's 100 degrees outside and the sun is out, not so much.
No, exactly. Yeah, when you this time of year is great to get these things done. When you're in the attic doing the evaluation, that I like it because the customer can come up, take a look at everything with us when we're up there. In the summer, nobody wants to spend more than 1 or 2 minutes. They're like, I don't know how you could even be up here. So it's hard to explain, what we can actually do for them. So I like to do the evaluations this time of year, and then it makes doing the jobs a lot easier too. And if there's a lot of little small things, little tricky things that maybe need to be done in the attic, we can go ahead and address that this time of year. And in the summer, it's kind of more like you're blowing insulation. You're kind of getting through and doing the basics because you only have so much time you can actually survive in the attic just before you pass out from the heat. So this time of year is really the time of year to do it. And the pricing's better this time of year because we can do, instead of doing like 1 or 2 jobs in the winter when it's cool out, we can do 2 or 3 jobs. We can add an extra job at the end of the day for 2 reasons. We have a longer days. It doesn't get dark till 9, so our crews can run longer and work longer, and you can spend more time in the attic. So you can get a lot more done. So it makes a lot more sense to get this stuff done this time of year. And we like it because when we're all done, we like to take the homeowner up and show them what we've done when we're all done, and we're proud of it. So in the summer, like, oh, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
they don't want to come look at it. So yeah, so this time of year is a great time of year to do it.
Special deals right now. Here we are. We're actually still in winter. I guess one could argue we're kind of in the middle of winter. Winter starts at the end of December, and it goes into March sometime. So at best, we're kind of in the middle of winter. We are going to get some warmer weather soon, and when that hits, you want to make sure that you've gotten the insulation topped off, that you've gotten the attic stairway insulator installed, and the solar attic fan. Those are the 3 big things we talk about when Koala Insulation comes into the studio. Tom, the Attic Fanatic, has been in the attic business, in the comfort business, in the saving you money on your electric bill business for a very long time. If you've listened to my show before, you know Tom is my go-to guy for this. And he's come today again. I'm going to shake him upside down in a little while and let those pennies, nickels, and dimes fall out of his pockets, and we're going to give that money to you. I always make sure all of my guests bring big deals, and Tom has promised me a big deal. He did tell me, though, before we started the show, he said, Joe, I don't know if I can continue doing this in the summer because, honestly, our crews are so busy, we really don't need to offer the incentives.
Yeah, that too. And then another thing is insulation prices have gone up. The building has gone crazy. So a lot of the new construction is kind of taking all the insulation. So pricing on the insulation is due to go up some more. So it's not going to get less expensive in the summer when you like decide you're like, you know what, it's June 1st and I'm sick of being hot in this house. I'm going to go ahead and get some insulation, and I'm going to call and get that deal. It's like, the deal's not quite as good as it was because pricing has gone up. So this time of year is the time to do it. And then the tax incentives are still there, 26% on anything solar. So our solar attic fans included with the 26%. So that's great to get. And then, insulation, lifetime of energy savings. So what I tell people is like, if you're going to stay in the house for the next 3, 5, 10 years, why not insulate it? You could insulate it in December. It's going to benefit you in June. It's going to benefit you every day. So it doesn't really matter when you do it as far as energy savings, because you're going to save all year long. Now is the time just to go ahead and get it done, because for all the reasons we talked about, it's cooler in the attic. It's easier for us to work. Customers can come up and check out the work, make sure they're happy, and just do a better all-around job.
I agree. On the show today, a lot of free stuff, a free attic analysis, and I'll have Tom explain that in a moment. A free attic analysis for a few people today. Not everyone will get it. You basically will have to call in to get it, but there'll be a no obligation free attic analysis. Also, on top of that, 6 of you today will get a free attic stairway insulators called the Draft Master. And that is what you see, or what you should see, when you pull your attic stairway down. So when you pull that ladder down and you go into the attic to look at your air conditioning system, to look at your water heater, or if you keep some things up there, and I don't recommend it, but if you're limited on space, I understand that. So some people keep their holiday things up there, Tom. What you need, though, is you need to make sure that there's a barrier between the conditioned space and the attic space. So if you're able to freely go up your attic stairway and not hit anything or unzip anything, that's a big problem.
Yes. So the DraftMaster Attic Stairway Insulator is really nice because when you pull the ladder down, or a lot of people understand when they walk under the door in the summer, like, man, you can just feel the heat pouring down. Or you're walking down that hallway and you walk under that stairway. Oh, it's cold in here in the winter. I mean, in that hallway. And then, of course, your cold air return is generally very close to that. Thermostat's really close. So what happens is if it's say it's a hot summer day, and the hallway is 80 degrees, but maybe the rest of the house is 72, 73, the air conditioner just keeps running and running because it's pulling that, it's feeling the air from the attic space. So what the DraftMaster does is what you said, though, Joe, is he separates the conditioned air inside of the house against the unconditioned air in the attic. So it works year round. That's the beauty of the stairway insulator. And actually, I have a savings calculator here. I brought it with me. Just if you have we'll do 2 scenarios. If you have a $200 electric bill and you put a DraftMaster stairway insulator in there, you'll save about $120 a year. So over, say, a 10-year period of time, you save about $1,200 on energy costs. If you had a $300 electric bill, in that scenario, you would save about $180 a year. Over 10 years, you'd save about $1,800 in energy costs. So it's a great deal. And it's included when we do an insulation job. So you really can save a lot of money on your energy. But the comfort, it keeps dust out of your air filters, just makes the house more comfortable, more efficient. It looks really nice. Keeps dust and things from, like when you pull the ladder down, all this insulation, everything always comes falling down on the floor. It's a mess. This prevents from all that from happening. Super easy to come in and out of the attic. It only takes you about 5 to 6 extra seconds to come through it. It's just simply unzips and you're in the attic. So it doesn't get in your way. It's pliable. You can put suitcases and luggage over the top of it. It doesn't get in the way. Some people get concerned about that. So nothing gets in the way. It's really a nice product, and it's included with our insulation deals. It's
beautiful, and it's only $299 installed. However, for 6 people today, they'll get that for free. So it's almost a $300 free item, as well as a free attic analysis. You guys go out there, you poke your head up in the attic, you figure out what's good, what's bad, right, and then you write that up.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the insulation levels to see where you're at. We want to bring you to about 14 inches, which has been R38. So we'll look at that, but we'll also look and say, make sure your soffits aren't clogged up. There's no issue with the can lights. Take a look at the attic ladder. Make sure that that's either got an insulator on it, or recommend that we do put one in. We'll look at the ventilation, the amount of air coming in through the soffits, how much exhaust we're getting out the top of the roofs to make sure the attic is vented. You don't want your attic getting 130 to 150 degrees in the summer. We want to keep it within 10 degrees of the ambient temperature. So if it's a 90-degree day in June, we want the attic not to be over 100 degrees. That's kind of the rule of thumb. So when we look at something, if it's within that spec, then we don't recommend any more ventilation. But if we're getting excessive heat, we do suggest adding a solar attic fan or two to lower the temperature. It's going to make the house more comfortable, more efficient. The roof can last longer. The air conditioning can last longer. It helps with humidity control in the house, so the air in the house will feel cooler and nicer. So if you had your thermostat on 72 degrees and you have dry air in the house, it feels a lot better than 72 degrees in the house, but you have 80% humidity. It feels terrible. And
you don't want to have 80% humidity because exactly. Mildew and mold will grow.
Exactly. So if you can lower just the humidity level just 4 or 5 points in a house, what a difference it makes in the way the house feels. So all those benefits are included when you actually look at the ventilation. So to me, really, I always preach ventilation. I know we're in the insulation business, but insulation is great, and you need insulation. But most houses already have some insulation, but some houses are so poor on the ventilation, and people really don't know. So I always say they don't know what they don't know. So when you come out and look at it, and you're like, this is really what it should be, you show them what the specs should be on ventilation, they're like, oh, wow, we're way off. So they just don't know if they haven't experienced it the right way. So, but all that's easily corrected, and we're not talking about a lot of money to do any of this stuff. So to me, attics that's why I got in the business. It just makes so much sense for a home. It doesn't cost a lot of money to make your house efficient and comfortable. It's the number one return to me on investment, better than windows, a new AC system. All that stuff's great, but nothing returns like an attic does as far as getting it efficient.
No, I totally agree. It is the number one return on investment for a home improvement, about 114%. It's just mind-boggling. Tom and I have talked about that before here on the Check A Pro radio show. I'm going to give out the phone number for Koala. You need to write this down on a piece of paper or put it in your phone, because after the break, we're going to have more details on the great deals today. 281-677-3080. If you want the free attic analysis, you can call anytime, but only 6 of those will be given away today. No obligation. That means someone from Tom's organization is going to come out and give you a free attic analysis. If there's nothing you want to get done, they will be on their merry way. No obligation. 281-677-3080. If you have hot spots in the summertime, cold spots in the wintertime, you may have an insulation issue. You may want to buy the $299 attic stairway insulator. 281-677-3080. When we come back after the break, though, Tom and I are going to talk about how you get the free attic analysis, how you get the free attic stairway insulator with $299, and how you get a discount on your attic insulation. And then coming up a little bit later after that, the solar attic fan. More information on that and a crazy deal, and even Uncle Sam and Check A Pro are going to throw money in on that too to save you some money. 281-677-3080 is the number. We'll be right back right after this. Stand by.
Don't have your new $25 VIP gift card yet? Get it now, free at checkapro.com.
Hi friends, Check A Pro Joe here. Are you tired of spending so much money on your utility bills? Is your home comfortable, or do you feel all the drafts in your home? Well, I have a quick economical solution. What is it, you ask? Koala Insulation. Yes, Koala Insulation is a premier home insulation company focused on being prompt, knowledgeable, and trustworthy. Call now for a free attic inspection. Call 281-677-3080. That's 281-677-3080. Is your car stuck in your garage? Can't open the garage door? Your spring may be broken. This is Check A Pro Joe. For all of your garage door needs, whether it's spring replacement, a new door, or maintenance, just call Express Garage Doors. They're pre-qualified by me, Check A Pro Joe, at Check A Pro. Call Express Garage Doors at 281-602-4074. That's 281-602-4074.
Missed part of today's radio show? No problem. Go to checkapro.com to hear the podcast of all our radio programs. Checkapro.com. This is the Check A Pro Radio Show.
Check A Pro Joe here. My friend Russell Metzler is the owner of Gas Product Services. You've heard Russell on my radio show. With 3 decades of experience in gas products, Russell from Gas Product Services is your guy. Gas Product Services sells, services, and installs gas grills, gas lights, gas logs, and all types of outdoor recreational gas products. If you want to build an outdoor kitchen or backyard fire feature, Gas Product Services can do that as well. They service all brands of gas grills, lights, and logs, as well as direct vent fireplaces. They can help you select the right products for your backyard project, and they service a broad area from the Bay Area to Conroe. In the fall months, schedules fill up fast, so call today for an annual servicing of your fireplace or other gas products. Go to their website at gasproductservices.com or check them out at checkapro.com. Be sure to ask for your $25 Checkapro VIP Club discount. Call Russell today at Gas Product Services, 281-408-4154. That's 281-408-4154.
This is the Checkapro Radio Show, sponsored by Checkapro.com. What are the latest services, products, and techniques? The pros check in here. Here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Checkapro Joe.
And that's what they call me. Speaking of calling, you can always get a hold of me at Checkapro. Just go to our website, checkapro.com. It's a free website, and the phone number's there. You can email me there anytime, joe@checkapro.com. That's joe@checkapro.com if you have any questions. As a matter of fact, Dale, and I think Dale listens to the program, he sent me an email this week. A nice guy. Haven't met him personally, but he says that he's used 4 of our vendors and all very successful. He says he's reaching out to me right now for my thoughts on a home issue that he now faces. He says, I have carpet flooring on the second floor of my home. When the home was being built, the developer, who he specifically mentions, but I won't, to specifically have his sub-crew screw down the flooring with wood screws, and wood screws only before the carpet was laid. I did this not only because I had encountered squeaking upper floors on previous homes built, but also my general contractor brother-in-law told me to do this. Sounds reasonable, right, Tom?
Yes.
Screw down as much of the flooring as you can, because you get creaks.
Exactly.
Although telling the developer, which he mentions by name, who may very well be the worst developer in all of Houston, he says. To do this, I have squeaking floors upstairs. This is not only a nuisance to people staying at my home, but a security threat as well should someone break into the home. I'm not really sure what he means by that.
Well, they won't be able to rob you because they won't be able to sneak around.
I don't know.
I think I'd want it squeaking around. I'd let somebody know there's somebody in there.
Exactly. Can you recommend a sub who could tackle this? I live in West Chase area by Kirkwood and Richmond. Thanks, Dale. I did respond to Dale earlier today to use All-Star Contractors, and they've been on board with us for over 12 years and gave out their phone number. So if you don't know where to turn, email me, joe@checkapro.com. It's that simple. Over 100 pre-qualified home service providers.
Yeah, because I think sometimes people don't. It's like that's a specialty. Like, who do you call? A flooring company, framing crew? I mean, who does that? I'm very familiar with that. I just had my stairs redone. I like all the new treads, and those stairs were squeaking prior. It's like pull everything off and then screw and glue everything together.
Screw and glue.
And now
when in doubt, screw and glue.
Yeah, you go up and down the stairs. It's super quiet. It's awesome. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, glue it down. You glue and screw after you're doing that. Whenever you're doing any kind of construction, it's going to be a lot better.
That'd be a great name for a contractor on the side of his truck. We glue and screw.
Right.
That's all we do.
Right.
There could be a business there. Very narrow, but there could be a business there.
That's right.
Tom the Attic Fanatic from Koala Insulation is joining me here on the Checkapro Radio Show. I gave out his number. I'll give it out again, 281-677-3080. I really love the attic stairway insulator. I've got 3 of them in my home. I've got 3 different attics in my home. One of them is for the pull-down stairway, and then 2 others are basically small doors that I can crawl into my lower attics.
Yeah, we have like 12 sizes because we have, for hatchways, walk-in doors, even like the full. We see that a lot where there's a full actual door, like some people have like 1.5 story. It's a full door.
A 6-foot door or taller.
Yeah, like a 7-foot door, 30 inches wide or so going into the attic. And we actually have insulators for those doors. And those make a huge difference. A lot of times those doors are actually just a hollow core door like you'd have in the interior of your house. And there's 140 degrees of heat behind that door, and the heat's just pouring into the house. So we take care of that. And I was at a house this week, and we did some was a little different. It was a 2-story house, but it had a walk-in attic, and one of the bedrooms upstairs was real cold in the winter and hot in the summer. So we pulled all the bat insulation off those walls, and then it was foamed. On those two. So we didn't do a foam job really, but just on those 2 walls to make that room more comfortable. And then we added a blown-in insulation to the rest of the attic, and then a solar attic fan and an attic stairway insulator is kind of what the project was. And what a difference it makes right away. They're like, oh, this is great. Like the next morning, they're like, my gosh, the bedroom was much warmer, and it's like it's supposed to be.
Sure.
So we can make the house. A lot of times the builders, they do things kind of on the cheap side. Looks great when they do it, but a lot of times it doesn't really function. Or maybe the plans got changed. It's kind of funny. We go house to house. You have 2 houses next door to each other, same builder, and one house will have certain problems, and the other house will have different problems. It's just because a lot of times they're using different subs.
It's like siblings.
It
one kid has one problem, the other kid has another problem.
It's right. Or maybe the lot's different. One has trees all over the roof, and it doesn't get that much heat in the attic, but the other one's just a scorcher. So that's why we do the free attic analysis. That's the best place to start. We'll come out, we'll take a look at everything, look at your house, how it's sitting, what would benefit the house, and what wouldn't make sense. And then we just kind of prioritize it. I like to put, if there's 3 things that we recommend, I'll put them in order, 1, 2, 3. First thing is like, okay, that's kind of what I would definitely do first. Second and third, if we can bundle it together, do it all at the same time. But maybe there are 3 major projects. It's like, we'll start with the first one. And we'll work our way down the list over the time. So
okay, assume the position. I'm going to flip you upside down.
Okay, I got my helmet on.
Yeah, and I'm going to shake you by your ankles because I want you to give the best possible deal to my listeners today here on Check A Pro Radio. Tom the Attic Fanatic has a great deal. So this attic stairway insulator, which I love, and I've got 3 of them. If I were to buy those 3 today, Tom, I'm almost spending $900, which is well worth it.
Yeah, because you'll save that energy savings just in probably a couple of years. So
yes.
It's a good value.
You're giving one of those away for free today, which is installed, a $299 value. You're giving away a free attic analysis, and to top off, in the attic with insulation, a 6-inch ad of the blown-in insulation, beautiful white fluffy stuff. I always feel like I'm in heaven when I'm up there because it's like fluffy clouds,
right.
Okay? Not $1.25, but only 99 cents. Is that correct?
Yes, so $1.25 normally this is a 6-inch ad of a blown-in fiberglass insulation, so it's a super clean product. We can go over your existing insulation, so we don't have to pull the old stuff out, and we're just going to up and increase the R value and the efficiency of the home. So 99 cents a square foot, and with that we include the free stairway insulator, the $299 value. And most houses, actually, yours is a little anomaly. You have 3 attic accesses. Mostly it's just one, and it's a pull-down ladder, and that's the biggest breach, and that's the one that we put the insulator over, and it just makes a huge difference.
Okay, so someone who has a 2,000 square foot house wants to know what it's going to cost to put in insulation.
Okay, so 2,000 square foot house, if it's a 2-story, you're about 1,000 square feet of attic space. So that would be normally $1,250. With the deal, it's $990.
Under $1,000.
Under $1,000, and then that includes the free stairway insulator. So without the deal, that same price would be about $1,550. So this is a great time to do this, take advantage of this.
And someone from Koala is going to come out and give a free attic analysis to my listeners.
We do that first. Make sure everybody's on the same page.
So that's first.
Yeah.
That's free. So there's no cost there. So if you guys don't find anything to do or my listeners don't want to get anything done, no harm, no foul. Off on your merry way.
Right.
If they want to do something like a 6-inch ad for 1,000 square foot attic, which is kind of probably pretty typical, it's under $1,000.
It's kind of our average size attic.
So only $990, but you're going to throw in the attic stairway insulator, which everyone has to have. And if you have an old one, you want a new one. And this one is fantastic. I've got 3 of them. It's called the Draftmaster. It's worth $299 installed. You'll install it for how much?
$0 with the installation.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. With
So
the installation job, exactly.
It's huge. Why is this such a good deal? Is it because the time of year? You got too much inventory? What's going on?
It's time of year. Yep, we got to keep our guys busy. So instead of only having maybe 3 days worth of work, we want to have them 5 full days. So in the summer,
so you don't let your guys off.
Busy,
you don't let your crews off.
No, we don't.
Is that the trick? So you need to keep moving.
We keep everybody employed. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, unemployment's bad enough. We don't want to lay anybody off. So yeah, we want to stay busy, keep everything moving forward.
On my notepad, it says 6 callers will get this today, correct? 6 people,
yes.
6 homeowners. Okay, I'm going to give out the phone number, everybody. Only 6. If you're not interested in getting this done now and you want to wait until it's hot and more expensive, then put the number in your phone and call later. If you want to actually get it done now when there's more time and save a lot of money and it's cooler, I would call now. Only 6 of you will get this, though. 281-677-3080. Once again, 281-677-3080. It's a fantastic deal. 281-677-3080. Tom, review the deal one more time.
So it's a 6-inch ad, normally $1.25 a square foot. It's 99 cents a square foot. And then you also get a free attic stairway insulator included with that insulation job. So if you need 2 of them, you'll have to just pay for one of the insulators, but we're going to give you one free with the deal. So, but most houses only have one pull-down ladder. So it's just for the pull-down ladder. If you don't have a pull-down ladder and it's a walk-in door or something, we can also include the door, but you only get one or the other. So yeah, it's a great value.
But it's a fantastic deal. 281-677-3080. We're going to be going to break in just a few moments. When we do, we'll be coming out of the break, after you hear some commercials. That helps pay for the radio program. It's just a necessary evil. There won't be 6 left. Tom and I will review what's left. I imagine there might be 3, probably only 2 left. And then we'll talk about the deal again. And then once 6 are done, they're done, and we're going to move on to the next topic, solar attic fans. We're kind of going down a list of things. We talked about the attic stairway insulator, the free attic analysis, the 6-inch ad, the deal. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to top off your attic, if you will, the attic stairway insulator. And then when we're done with that, after 6 are given away, we're going to move on to a subject about solar attic fans, which is something that's important all year round, and we're going to get to that. 281-677-3080. The 6-inch ad, not $1.25, only 99 cents if you have a 2,000 square foot house, and it's a 2-story home. You've got 1,000 square feet roughly in your attic. By the way, you can go up there and measure the attic. It's length times width. That's how you get the numbers. Pretty easy.
Yep, and we'll do that when we do the analysis too. See if what it actually is.
Yeah. Now, if you have a 1-story home and it's 2,000 square feet, your attic may be 2,000. So it's actually cost you a little bit more money if you have a 2-story home, but there are also some advantages to that as well.
Well, you'll get more energy savings because you have more area that you're actually taking care of and insulating.
Sure.
So you're spending more, but the ROI is actually the same on a 1-story or a 2-story. Because
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, because a 1-story you're spending more money, but you're actually going to get more energy savings than on a 2-story. Now, a 2-story, what we find the biggest problems is the hot second floor. So I think a lot of people can relate to that. So that's why they actually call. So we can definitely take care of that while we're out there.
281-677-3080. We're going to recap it when we come back after the break, and we're also going to recap how many are left. 281-677-3080 is the number. We'll be back right after this, right here on the Checker Pro Radio Show. Stand by.
Missed part of today's radio show? No problem. Go to checkapro.com to hear the podcast of all our radio programs. Checkapro.com.
Is your house cold? Are your electric bills high? Did you answer yes to either question? Then call Koala Insulation at 281-677-3080. Koala Insulation focuses on you, the homeowner. With a clean, prompt, knowledgeable, and trusted team here in Houston, Koala Insulation is here to help. Get a free DraftMaster attic stairway insulator, a value of $299, with the purchase of either attic insulation or a solar attic fan. Be one of the first 6 callers to get in on the insulation and solar attic fan deal. Call now, 281-677-3080. That's 281-677-3080. Don't spend another minute in your uncomfortable home or another dime on high utility bills. Koala Insulation is a pre-qualified home service provider at Checker Pro. Call now to be more comfortable and to save money. 281-677-3080. That's 281-677-3080. Oh, and don't forget to ask for your free attic stairway insulator. Enjoy comfort and save money. Call Koala Insulation today. How does your fence look? Looking old, sagging, rotting, or just falling down? Checker Pro Joe here. Affordable Custom Fence is your answer. Affordable Custom Fence is a pre-qualified service provider here at checkapro.com. From wood picket fences to wrought iron gates and fences, Affordable Custom Fence can do it all. Call them now at 832-384-9725. That's 832-384-9725. Or check them out at checkapro.com.
This is the Checker Pro Radio Show.
Hello?
Hi, honey. I love our new home, but it needs work.
No problem. Just go to checkapro.com. Look up what you need by category. This site pre-qualifies service providers.
Pre-qualifies?
Yeah, Checkapro checks references on all its members.
Okay, let's see. Home remodeling, roofers, garage door repair, and landscapers. Oh, look, I can email the companies right from their profile. That must be Checkapro.
From AC repair to window replacement, Checkapro is your source for pre-qualified service providers.
This is the Checkapro Radio Show, sponsored by Checkapro.com. What are the latest services, products, and techniques? The pros check in here. Here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Checkapro Joe.
And we're back here on the Checkapro Radio Show. I just had a sip of my green tea. I'll tell people what I drink during the show. It's not alcohol.
No, it actually is green tea there.
It's the Arizona green tea.
Oh, you love that stuff.
I do. It goes down like sweet tea.
Like sweet tea. Yeah,
it is
right.
Sweet and goes down way too quick. It is so. It's rich. It's like liquid gold. I don't know how to explain. It's sweet.
It's good.
It's candy.
It's funny. I went to Georgia a couple years ago, and it was like I'm out there, and I'm like everywhere I go, like okay, I'll just have an iced tea. I like it unsweet. And every time I said unsweet, they're like unsweet. And I'm like, yeah, unsweet. And they would say, sweet, you want sweet tea? And I'm like, no, unsweet. And then they would bring it out, and it was always sweet tea. It's like, wow.
Well, because their unsweetened tea is sweet. It's all relative. Because their sweetened tea is like super sweet.
I guess it's like just pure sugar cane or something, like syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's
funny how different places do different things.
And I've lived all over North America. I've lived in Canada. I've lived in the Northeast. I've lived in the Midwest. And I would say in the southern states, especially when you're talking about the Carolinas and Georgia and so forth, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and of course, Texas as well. Big iced tea consumption.
Yes.
In the South.
Oh, I hate when you go somewhere for dinner or something and they bring a little small glass of iced tea. I'm like, can you bring the pitcher with it?
Where are you?
Give me
New
a straw in
Jersey?
the pitcher.
New Jersey?
I like those big, like 40 ounces. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like thirsty.
Oh, yeah, the urinators.
Yeah, it's like, excuse me, I got to run to the restroom real quick.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Oh. I mean, if you want to move some fluid, drink a lot of iced tea.
Exactly.
That'll do it. My name's Checkapro Joe. Welcome to the show. If you've just tuned in, my friend Tom, the Attic Fanatic, is here. The Attic Fanatic, and we'll talk a little bit about the fan in a moment. I did promise everybody after the break that we would recap the deal and also tell you how many of these deals we have left. I don't know if this is a record or not, but from the time we gave out the deal to the time the break was up, there's only 2 left out of the 6. 4 people called. 2 more deals, Tom.
It's a good thing I didn't call. You had me so excited I was going to call myself.
Yeah, well, you have an inside deal, but you're probably not saving any more money. This deal is so rich that if you give yourself the deal, it's really not any better. It's the same deal.
Yeah, it's contractor pricing. Yeah, it's a good deal.
Yeah, it's like when you buy that car at the end of the year and they're like, we're giving you GM employee pricing.
Right.
Which if I'm the employee, I'm like, well, why am I working here then? I thought I was working for the deal. That's not fair. Why is everyone getting the deal?
Yeah, I should get an extra deal.
This is kind of like that, though. Everyone's getting the Attic Fanatic deal. Give out the deal one more time, and then we're going to give out the phone number, and then we're going to shut that down, and then we're going to talk about solar attic fans.
Okay, so basically we're doing a free attic analysis. Come out and check out your attic. And then if you need insulation, normally $1.25 a square foot to do a 6-inch ad. We're going to do that for 99 cents. And then with that insulation special, we're also going to include the free attic stairway insulator. It's called the Draftmaster. It actually comes right out of Conroe, Texas, so it's right down the street from you guys. $299 value, that's included with the insulation. So instead of spending about $1,550 for that project, typically it's $990 on that scenario of 1,000 square feet. So when we do the analysis, we'll actually measure your attic, get the exact square footage. So it could be a little bit more than that, could be a little bit less, just depending on how many square feet you have. But it's 99 cents a square feet times however many square feet the attic is. So not the house. If it's a 2-story house and it's 2,000 feet, you're only paying for insulation for that 1,000 square feet upstairs, not the whole thing. Actually,
if you have a 4-story house, you're still only paying for the 1,000 square feet.
Well, it could be only 500. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, that's right.
Because it's just stacked up on top.
Yeah, the size of the
you're
house.
You're paying for what's under the roof.
Exactly. So the size of the house doesn't necessarily correlate to what
it's
the
not
attic
indicative.
size is.
You actually have to find out,
Yep. So we'll measure it and get
Okay.
you the exact. So you're just paying for what you actually get.
So let's say there's 1,000 square feet up there, Tom. It's ordinarily going to be $1,250 because it's $1.25 a square foot. Today's special here on Check Up Pro Radio from Koala, it's only 99 cents a square foot, so that's $990. Okay, for a 6-inch ad of the blown-in insulation. But wait, there is more, because if it's only $990.
$990.
Sorry,
Even
$990.
better. Yep.
Okay, you could actually take off $299 from that and say it's really only in the $600, in the $600 range, because you're getting a free attic stairway insulator. That's valued at $299 installed, and you guys are going to put that in.
Right, that's included.
And the free attic analysis to begin with. So when you guys are out there, you may find a ventilation issue, hence the solar fan, or making sure that the soffits are clear so the ventilation is moving through.
Right.
Do they have the right ridge venting? And so, and you can fix that with the solar attic fan. So let's close this deal down because there's only 2 left. If you want to save a whole bunch of money on your attic insulation and get a free attic analysis, and if you get the installation, you'll get a free attic stairway insulator valued at $299. I love mine. It's like something from NASA. It's silver. It's got the little, what do you call the little bubble pockets?
They're air pockets, but then it's got foam in between that.
Yeah.
So it's about 6 layers of material that create this R value. Yeah.
It's firm, as you say, stout. It's beefy yet pliable.
Because you actually had a one that when you bought the house, it was already in there.
Here we go.
And then, you always bragged about it.
Okay,
Yep.
all right.
I got to tell everybody.
Piece of junk.
So we ripped that out because you talked about that earlier, and we'll
go.
actually put a good one in.
Yeah.
So
So if you have a crappy one, you'll get a good one.
Well,
actually, not a good one. You have a great one.
Yeah, we actually do a lot of. We'll replace those. A lot of people have some in there, and they weren't even the right size, and people just tried to stuff it in there or something. So we actually have 13 sizes. We'll bring you the right size and get it done, and it's going to be proper.
Okay, only 2 left. Here's the phone number, 281-677-3080. If this is something you'd like to do when it's more expensive and hot, please wait. But if you want to do it now when it's less expensive and cooler, where you're going to get the benefit also of saving gas and electricity on your bill for heating your home and be more comfortable, because you might have some spots in your home that are allowing way too much heat to escape, then you can save money today and be comfortable today for less money for the installation of insulation, or wait and lose money today from not getting it because of your gas bill or your electric bill and pay more and be more uncomfortable. It doesn't make any sense to wait. But like we've said before, Tom, do not take up the space for people who want it. 281-677-3080. No obligation for the free attic analysis. If you end up getting 6-inch ad of blown-in insulation, you'll get the attic stairway insulator gratis. Nada. Free.
No charge.
Zippo. $299 value installed.
Freebie. We could go down a whole list. Yeah, it's good. No, it's a great value.
And to me, that's more sexy. Well, the fan's pretty sexy, too. Okay, so Tom came out a couple of years ago and made my house pretty sexy, I have to say. Solar attic fan,
right?
Okay, attic stairway insulators. And then, even though it's important, the blown-in insulation. But I really show people the attic stairway insulators because they're flashy. They're kind of sexy. But I also say, let's come outside. Let's stand on the lawn. Let's look up at the roof. They're like, what are we looking at? We're looking at a piece of beauty. Let's talk about the solar attic fan.
What are we going out here for? Yeah, so it's a solar attic fan. The idea of the solar attic fan, it's just to control attic temperatures. Our fan actually has what we call a smart box. It reads humidity and temperature, so it controls. So I like to tell people, so you have the fan on the roof, and it's like actually having somebody in your attic, and they're standing there like, okay, would it benefit the attic if the fan comes on or stays off? If it's going to benefit, it's going to come on. If it's not, it stays off. So it just really controls the environment in the attic. So that's why we call it smart technology. So basically, it comes on at 85 degrees. So once the temperature is above 85 degrees, the fan's going to kick on. And it basically kind of runs all day. What you're trying to do is get...
When it's hot out, it really never drops below 85 during the day. And it may not at night. Hopefully it does.
So once it kicks on, usually 10 o'clock in the morning or so, that's when the attics start to hit about 85 degrees in the summer. Then it will run all day, and when the sun goes down, now you're not creating any more heat in the attic, and then the fan's going to go off. Of course, and it's solar too, so now you're losing the sunlight, so it's not going to keep running in the 2 in the morning.
No, but you can still have passive because there's still that
there's still the opening.
The opening in
some airflow.
Some airflow.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I don't have to use any more power that I pay for to run it. God pays for this.
Exactly. Yes, it's a free to run, and there's a 26% tax credit.
It's huge. When we come back, I want to talk more about the solar attic fan. One more time, everybody. Get in on this installation deal, 281-677-3080. It's the last I'm going to talk about it. We'll be right back right after this here on Check A Pro Radio. Stand by.
Do you have a question for Check A Pro Joe? Email Joe at checkapro.com.
Hey, Houston, if you own a home, you need to check out the Check A Pro VIP Club Card from checkapro.com. For the past 12 years, Check A Pro has been the choice of Houstonians to find local professionals from AC repair, handymen, electricians, roofers, and more. And if you become a Check A Pro VIP Club member, you'll get the VIP treatment from every Check A Pro service provider. With over 100 local pre-qualified home service providers serving you at checkapro.com, you have access to Houston's best contractors, and your home improvement project will be their #1 priority. As a VIP club member, you move right to the top of their list and receive the VIP treatment you deserve. Plus, club members save $25 on services provided by Check A Pro vendors when you show them your VIP card. Just go to checkapro.com to sign up. And for a limited time, your lifetime membership is free. That's right, free. Log on to checkapro.com to get your free VIP card now. That's checkapro.com.
If you want to get a home improvement project done but don't know who to call, I can help. This is Sebastian Gorka. Log on to checkapro.com. You can find pre-qualified contractors for just about any home improvement project at checkapro.com. 15 years ago, Jim Clark, a.k.a. Check A Pro Joe, started Check A Pro here in Houston. Contractors must meet a rigorous pre-qualification process. Jim and his team pre-qualify all 100-plus contractors on his website by checking insurance, licenses, and references. The website is super simple. Just go to checkapro.com, then select the service you require. You'll find everything you need to feel confident about hiring a contractor and getting your project done right. And sign up for the free $25 VIP club card. This is a fantastic deal. Hang on to it and use it every time you hire a Check A Pro contractor. Check out checkapro.com. That's checkapro.com.
Need a plumber? An electrician? How about a roofer? You found the source right here on the Check A Pro Radio Show.
I'm taking what they're giving because I'm working for a living.
This is the Check A Pro Radio Show, sponsored by checkapro.com. To find pre-qualified local service providers, click on checkapro.com. Here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Check A Pro Joe.
And he ain't joking. You go to my website, checkapro.com, and you're going to see a handsome man with, as I was saying, a handsome man with a hard hat and a tool belt, a blue tie. There's a story behind that. That goes back to some marketing I was doing when I first started my business, Tom, the Attic Fanatic. I thought, what's going to make people open this magazine? I was the front cover story of this magazine. And, you know, a lot of business owners will stand there dressed up with their tie or their golf shirt with their arms crossed.
Right.
Looking real
Same,
strong.
Yeah. Yep. Interchangeable picture.
Yeah. And it could be an attorney, a CPA, or a business owner like I am. I thought, you know what? I'm going to get people to open up the full story inside. So I got dressed up, and it is quite an outfit. And when you look at it, you'll notice garden hose, plunger, even a feather duster for the maid services.
Yes.
And it's a combination of everything. And that's what Check A Pro Joe is. I am representing that pre-qualified home service provider. I've checked insurance, licenses, and references on all of these contractors. What happened about that, just a short story here, Tom. What happened is when I started doing that, some people were like kind of joking, hey, I saw, you know, the magazine article and so forth. At first, I thought they were making fun of me. But some people who were close to me, even people who worked for me, said, hey, Jim, because that's my real name, you should use this picture of Joe. And actually, the picture came up before there was a Joe. So I had to name this guy with the hard hat and tool belt. So, Checker Pro Joe was born. And they said, you need to put that on business cards, on the TV ads, on everything you can. And I thought they were joking around, kind of messing with
you, yeah.
And they're like, no, this is kind of different. And that's the story of Checker Pro Joe, and he's on everything. And I say he, even though it's a picture of me, it's kind of like the Maytag repairman. It's just the image, or the Orkin man, right? There's so many of the Mattress Mac is a live person, but they call him Mattress Mac. It's kind of the same thing,
right? Yeah, but you're a character, so so you need a character image to go with it. So it's great.
Exactly. So there's a little story for you. Okay, Koala Insulation. Tom, the Attic Fanatic, is here. 281-677-3080 is their number. You want blown-in insulation, ventilation, spray foam, even denim.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff.
6 or 8 different. We have all kinds of different insulations. So depending on the project, metal buildings, you're going to probably look at foam. Closed cell, open cell underneath a house, going to do spray foam. Most attics, we're going to do blown-in fiberglass. We also do cellulose. There's applications for different types of insulation.
Sure.
The biggest thing that we do is retrofitting attics and making houses more comfortable, because that's not that expensive. But if you're looking at, you're going to build a house or something like that, give us a call, because we can also offer the spray foam. We can do denim in the walls. If you're looking at sound deadening on interior walls, all kinds of different things can be done. So just depending on what you're doing on the project. But 95% of our business is retrofits, blown-in insulation, and then usually attic ventilation, the solar attic fans to lower the attic temperatures. And that's kind of the main part of the business.
And your number here in Houston is 281-677-3080. We're in our last segment, which makes me cry, because that means it's the end of the line for the show. But I'm excited, talking about the sexiest thing on my roof. And we're not talking about Santa Claus at Christmas time.
I thought you were going to say sexiest thing on the planet, because, I really like these fans.
I don't know about that.
It's close.
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. They have energy, and the energy is coming from the sun. Let's talk about it.
Yes. So the sun is actually what heats up your attic space and gets it so hot, that radiant energy. But that's what we use the solar fan kind of against the sun itself, because it's going to move air through your attic and then lower the attic temperature. So the sun that's actually causing the problem actually fixes the problem as well with the solar attic ventilation. So that's kind of neat. But you can save quite a bit of money on your energy bills, $20 to $40, $50 a month in the summer, maybe sometimes even more. It just depends on the attic. But lower the attic temperature means lower energy bills. If you lower the attic temperature 20 degrees, I guarantee you're going to lower your utility bill at least $20. So every degree is worth at least $1 a month. I mean, it's that good. So solar ventilation is huge. We have a really nice fan. It's a 30-watt fan, adjustable panel. Comes with a humidity stat, a temperature sensor, lifetime warranty. So, and we're not talking about a cheap fan to get at a box store.
It's substantial.
These are really good products. You put them on your roof and you're done. It's a lifetime warranty. Super nice fan.
They're built like a tank.
They're built like a tank. It's all metal construction, super nice, great electronics. Everything in it is really first class. Great panel. Like I said, it's an adjustable panel. It'll hold up to storms, windstorm rated. It's gonna
doesn't need maintenance.
Hail, zero
great.
maintenance.
I love it.
Nothing to grease. So it's no muss, no fuss. Super easy.
It runs forever, right? You don't have to grease it up.
Nope.
No lubing.
Nothing. You don't have to do anything.
You don't have to plug it in.
Yeah, it's a brushless motor, no electricity. So if you have an old power fan, we take those out in a lot of cases, and we'll put the solar fan in and eliminate the fire hazard, eliminate the electric bill that no power going to it. So it's really nice.
Lifetime warranty, I say.
Lifetime warranty, and it's great for resale value. And while you're in the house, make the house more comfortable and more efficient. That's really the main two things. But lowers humidity, lowers the temperature. So that's what it does. And we've got they've extended the federal energy tax credit. It was due to go down. But then Biden got in office, and they really want to push the solar agenda. So that's great on that end. So you can get 26% tax credit on the price of the fan itself and the install. So it's well, can I go over the deal?
Go over the deal.
Okay. So normally they're $10.95 installed, which is a great price. That's the fan and the installation, the ceiling, and
that's
everything.
$1,095.
$1,095. Yes.
Just want to make sure people don't think it's $10,950 or $10.95.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have a $200 discount on that for the Checker Pro listeners. So it's $895 installed, out the door, turnkey.
Shook Tom upside down.
And then he did. Actually, I was only going to do. I said I'll do 100. He says nope, you got to do 200. I was like, oh, okay. So we're doing $895 installed. That's the cost when we do it. But then you get a $233 federal energy tax credit on your 2021 taxes. So you'll get an extra $233 back on your taxes. It's a credit, not a deduction. So it's real money. So the total out-of-pocket cost is actually $662 on the solar attic fan. And a lot of people say, that fan pays for itself in about first year. It makes that much difference in the energy cost and the comfort. Some people say day one because the house is so much more comfortable. But it really makes a big difference. And actually, I bring my little calculator out here. So if you have about a $300 energy electric bill in the summer, with the first year of savings, you're going to save about $940. That's with the energy savings and the tax credit. That's what that's based on. But over, say, 10 years, you save about $5,800 in energy savings with the solar attic fan. So it's really a bargain. I mean, like I said, it almost pays for itself in year one. So it's a really great value. Brushless motor, powder-coated product, super high performance, balanced blade, super quiet, doesn't do anything wrong. It does everything right. It's really a nice product.
I'm going to better the deal. If you have the $25 VIP club card from Checker Pro, it's only $637 after it all shakes out.
Oh yeah, because the day so it'll be $870 on the day of install.
On the day of install.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's even better.
Yep. And if you don't have the $25 VIP club card, just go to checkapro.com and order it online for free. It's free right now.
Yes. Yeah. That's great. So if you're doing the insulation or the fan, you're going to get $25 off extra with the Checker Pro gift card. But then we also the free attic analysis. So that's where it all starts. Give us a call. We'll come out. We'll do that attic analysis. Let's see where your attic actually is as far as temperatures, how the ventilation is, if it needs to be upgraded, if maybe you need some soffit vents, maybe you need more airflow coming into the house. Maybe the exhaust isn't the problem. Most houses are actually under-ventilated. I would say they say about 85% of the houses are under-insulated. I'd say 95% are under-ventilated.
What happens when you have too much ventilation?
You can't. You're either going to be good. I would say you can't over-ventilate a house. You just can't do it.
There is a point, though, that you won't get any more return, but most people aren't even close to that.
They're not even close to that. So once you get to 100% ventilation like it should be, if you added more ventilation, it's not going to do any good. But like I said, 95% of them aren't even there. They're under ventilated. So people have ridge vents and things like that. Well, I have a ridge vent. I was like, well, okay, that's great. So if I'm talking to them on the phone, it's like, but you need 8 feet of ridge vent for every 300 feet of attic space. So on most houses, if you calculate it out, you need 50 to 60 feet of ridge vent. And they're like, oh, I only have about 12 feet. I mean, it's usually never enough. So that's where the solar fan can come in. So if you have ridge vents, turbines, air hawks, anything like that, we can add the solar ventilation to it. So I call it a turbocharger for your attic. It's not necessarily we're getting rid of all your other ventilation. This can just be added to what you have to increase the airflow or air exchanges per hour in the attic. And that's what's the critical point. You want 8 to 10
now
air
you're getting
exchanges.
technical. Air exchanges per what? Hour.
Yes.
Oh,
so you want to basically exhaust all of the air in the attic about every 6 minutes. So all the air that's
every
in there,
6 minutes.
Yes, because the heat's building up so fast with the sun and the dark roofs that we have in Houston. So the heat builds up real quick. So if you're not exhausting it quick enough, then the temperatures start to build up. That's why at 10 in the morning your attic maybe is 100 degrees and it's 90 degrees outside. It's only 10 degrees above the ambient. But at 3 in the afternoon it's 150 degrees. It's like, well, why is it only? It's only say it's 90 out. The attic should only be 100. Why is it 150? That's because the temperatures, the heat's building on top of heat.
I think it's time to move to Minnesota.
So. You wouldn't be saying that. You're not saying that today.
No,
you might say that in June.
No, I guess if you like snow and ice, it's good. I agree. But in all fairness, in the summertime, it is a better place to be than down here. It is brutal.
I don't know. I love Texas.
I didn't say I didn't love Texas.
That's another story.
I love Texas, but there's other parts of Texas that aren't sweaty either.
That's true.
Okay. Wow. Out of time. Okay. A deal on this? We talked about it. How many of these?
We do 4 of these.
Okay.
Yep.
You want the solar attic fan? Call now, 281-677-3080, 281-677-3080. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is your house cold? Are your electric bills high? Did you answer yes to either question? Then call Koala Insulation at 281-677-3080. Koala Insulation focuses on you, the homeowner. With a clean, prompt, knowledgeable, and trusted team here in Houston, Koala Insulation is here to help. Get a free DraftMaster Attic Stairway Insulator, a value of $299, with the purchase of either attic insulation or a solar attic fan. Be one of the first 6 callers to get in on the insulation and solar attic fan deal. Call now, 281-677-3080. That's 281-677-3080. Don't spend another minute in your uncomfortable home or another dime on high utility bills. Koala Insulation is a pre-qualified home service provider at CheckaPro. Call now to be more comfortable and to save money. 281-677-3080. That's 281-677-3080. Oh, and don't forget to ask for your free attic stairway insulator. Enjoy comfort and save money. Call Koala Insulation today.